Why are you here? Can you tell me your name, please?
My name is Tenzin Lamo. I'm a Tibetan Buddhist nun, and I'm here because I'll go anywhere I can see the Dalai Lama.
Okay. You in this important day, the Dalai Lama have a message of compassion, and a few weeks ago we have a World Environment Day on June 5th.
Yes.
And so in Tibet right now and in Vietnam right now, there's a lot of problem with the environment from the
Yes.
Chinese communists and from the Vietnamese communists. So what do you think as a nun? How do we? What is your feeling about those issues?
I've heard the Dalai Lama teach about this a number of times, and he always says outer change starts with inner change. So I think each of us that takes care of our environment and recycles, maybe influences our family to do the same thing, our community to do the same thing, that's in our power to do. What the big governments do, maybe we feel helpless sometimes, but we don't feel helpless over our own lives. So that's where His Holiness the Dalai Lama always says to start.
Oh, okay. And you know, we Vietnam, a lot of young people, they come down for the demonstration recently in order to ask the government to have a clean environment.
Yes.
So is that a good action for them?
Absolutely.
As long as a peaceful demonstration,
As
right?
long as it's a peaceful demonstration and people joining in community, you know, there's a Tibetan saying, if you try to sweep with one piece of straw, long time. But if you tie the straw together into a broom, very fast. So a demonstration is like that. It puts the power of the people together and makes others in authority listen. Very good.
Oh, okay. So how do you feel the environment today, and what this is the first time you are here?
This is the first time I'm here. I've been connected with Vietnamese before in the Virginia area.
Oh, okay.
Also our center in West Covina. Many Vietnamese students come, and I'm so touched by their devotion. In many ways, of all the groups I've been around, the Vietnamese community, like offering all this for free, taking good care of all the people, it's very inspiring, and I hope the rest of us can follow this example.
Okay. When you teach the Vietnamese the Dharma, what do you feel? Do they care a lot about Dharma teaching, or do they care about the blessing? Because I saw a lot of Vietnamese come to for the Tibetan in order to have a blessing with the Thara ceremony and Avalokiteshvara. They seem to have that more than the teaching. What do you think?
Respectfully, I have to a little bit disagree with you.
Okay.
Because the Vietnamese communities I know, they meet every week to practice. They also go to temple on the weekend. They take very good care of their monks and nuns. They try every day to live according to the Dharma practices. It's not just going to get the blessings, it's both. That's only my personal experience, but it's maybe 15 years now. I was organizing events for the Dalai Lama 3 or 4 times in the Washington, D.C. area. The Vietnamese community were our best helpers. It wasn't just showing, it was action. Yeah.
So how long have you been ordained as a nun, and how do you feel as an American nun in the Tibetan tradition?
You ask very good questions.
Yes.
I've been ordained almost 15 years, no, more than 15 years. I was married, I raised a family, had a career, and then finished my life this way. So when I got ordained by the Dalai Lama in India, he said, "You foreign people, it's very brave to go into another culture like this. And you have to know what your reason is for getting ordained. If it's really devotion, then nothing else matters. The culture doesn't matter. But if you need tender loving care, if you need special treatment, then it's a little bit of a hard path."
So what do you find the Tibetan teaching? What is different compared to other? Have you exposed to been to other kind of Buddhism, and what is the specialty? What is the special characteristic of Tibetan Buddhism?
I was actually raised Catholic.
Okay.
My one sister was a Catholic nun, so I was raised very, very Catholic, and then there came a point where it felt like I could go so far but no farther.
Okay.
And then I went maybe many years without believing in anything. Then when I found Buddhism and the teachings on karma, compassion, reincarnation, it was like it opened a whole new world for me. And I believe it's the most expansive, heart-opening system of thought on our planet at this time. Really, if you think about it, if everyone lived according to the principles of Dharma, the world would change.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful, very grateful.
All right, thank you very much for your help.
you.
Thank you. Hi, can you tell us your name again and where you're from?
Yes, I'm from originally from Ladakh. I came to United States. I've been here for almost 30 years. Now I live in San Diego. My name is Drupon Samten.
Oh yes. A few weeks ago, we have the World Environment Day on June 5th,
Yes.
and so everybody wants a clean environment. Recently, in the news, I saw that in Tibet, environment, a lot of natural resources was being exploited by the Chinese Communist Party. And in Vietnam, recently, a lot of young people demonstration for clean environment because of the mass death fish in central Vietnam. As a monk, with a message of compassion, what do you think about that? Those events like that?
No, I think is we as a monk, no, of course we do prayers and meditation for not only for the people but also the environment. Environment is very important because that's why teaching people say you have to love everything. You have to love the trees, flowers, mountains, earth. This is a beautiful earth that we born here, we die here, we eat here, we make all the hopes and everything on this. We have to take care of it. And therefore compassion is part of the protection of the environment. If you have a compassion, you will take care of everything. No?
Okay.
When you don't have a compassion, it's very difficult. Compassion is universal. We have to have it, everybody.
So, when the young people in Vietnam they went down for a peaceful demonstration
Yes, yes.
for the government, maybe Tibetan overseas do the same thing. A lot of Vietnamese do the same thing. So how do you feel? You advocate the peaceful demonstration for clean environment both inside Tibet, outside Tibet, inside Vietnam, outside Vietnam?
No, I think the message is very important. Peaceful domination with the message of love for everything, that we can express our feeling, how important to educate the people, how important it is. No? Therefore, people get the message, then everybody put together their energy, then this earth will be much better living for us.
I see. And as a Buddhism theory, even a fish has a Buddha nature equal to a human being, right? So with so ton of fish dying like that, I mean, it raised our voice of awareness to do something about them. Should we contact the United States government to intervene for this for the message of compassion on this issue?
It's not only the fish, but we also impact. Because when we inhale, what we inhale is from outside. When we exhale, also we connect to interdependence. Therefore, if something is outside is not right, we get feeling sick and everything. Therefore, the important thing is to everyone the individual responsibility to distribute love and compassion to take care of us.
I see. A little bit of the background. You came from Tibet or you were born here or how?
No, I came from Tibet, and today is very special advance. Very special. Is my heart feels so amazing. It's like actually it's Mahayana and the Vajrayana coming together. This beautiful city, the great masters and the devotees built this beautiful temple. We are here to be present with the holiness, and this opening is just amazing for me. I really appreciate for everybody for that.
You hope someday that we will have a free Tibet and free Vietnam for every citizen. Peaceful build this country will have human rights, religious freedom. How do you feel about that?
No, that's what we are working for meditation and praying every day for every freedom. Not only human right and these things. Many people go through many sufferings unnecessary. Therefore, we pray and what things is that there's negative energy also going around. But if you really compassionate, meditate in sending also positive energy also can spread and flourish, and people can have hopes and freedom.
As
very important.
I know the public, they listen to the religious leader, especially like Tibetan monk, very respectful by the public. So when you have a ceremony or you speak in public, do you tell the public to do activity that support human rights in Tibet or in Vietnam or wherever it is? How do you feel a role of the Buddhist monk in this area?
Because it's the thing, the doesn't matter is the Tibetan monks or the Vietnamese monks, Theravada monks or the teacher, the message is given by the Buddha is the same. If you can help, please help. If you cannot help, do not disturb them. Because we have already called it karma. We have a lot of everybody individual their problems. Therefore, we don't want to add anything. Therefore, meditation to help them. We generate love and compassion to free them from. Therefore, our responsibility to pray for world peace, peace for everybody.
Nice. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your help.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
wonderful,
much.
wonderful to meet you.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
I'm very glad that you answer us. Can you tell us your name and what temple or where location that you are in?
Yeah, so my name is the Venerable Dr. Jome Park. I used to be taught a different university in Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I taught at USC and Loyola Marymount University, and I'm also the abbot of the Bogang Temple, Anaheim, California.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mong. And why are you here?
Well, I mean, this is a very honor to be here today, and not just the only. I know the abbot. This temple's abbot for a long time. Yeah, we traveled together for different conference. The last 20 years. So personally, I know this abbot, and also is the Dalai Lama. Is a great teacher in the world. Very respectable. So I come here for not just the only listening to the lecture, but to pay respect. As the most venerable. Yeah.
Okay. As a Buddhist monk, the message of compassion, even the Dalai Lama, he represents that symbol of compassion to care for everywhere the people in China, in Vietnam, wherever there's the problem. Recently, a few weeks ago, there's on June 5th, there was a World Environment Day, and for that day, we as a Buddhist monk, even as a Buddhist, we are interconnected. So even the nature has to be clean so that we can live together peacefully with the nature. So how do you feel about the clean environment in Vietnam, in Tibet, or wherever it is? How do you feel? Do you support those kind of things?
Well, this is a very, very important ecological issue and this century. But the Buddhist is also strongly mention how our nature is important. Yeah, because based on the Buddha teaching, Pratyasamutippada, we all connected each other. Okay, we connect with nature, and nature connect with other nature. So if we protect the nature, then however protect ourselves, because we all connected each other. So it's supporting and preserve nature is to protect human and protect our mankind as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a Buddhist monk, if one monk desire, he can raise his voice so that there will be a clean environment everywhere in Vietnam, China, wherever it is. Is that a good role for the Buddhist monk to raise that issue also, so that the government, international government, can support the clean environment policy everywhere?
Well, this is Buddhist Sangha and the Buddhist community. We are kind of behind it compared to Christianity or other leaders. Because the Buddhist people, as you know, that we are very sincere people, but too humble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like people step up more, like a Christian or other groups. Especially the Buddhist monk is very shy sometimes, and it's not really going in the front role. You know what I'm saying? So I like the Buddhist monk and sangha or Buddhist leader step on the front instead of behind to support the other group. You know, because this is our tradition. You know, we are too humble, too sincere. So it's time to change our attitude.
Yes, exactly. I have been doing that for our Vietnamese community. I speak out again for the clean environment. You from Taiwan or?
No, I'm from South Korea.
Oh, you're from South Korea?
Yeah, but I live in this country almost 40 years.
40 years. The same thing with me. I live 40 years here.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, okay. So Korean man. Okay. And I another sidestep issue. I know South Korea used to be a Buddhist country. Now it become a Protestant country. How come? Maybe it's just for an education.
Well, it's a very good question. You know, so many people ask me about why, so many Korean people they convert to the Christianity. It's many different things, But the Korea is been through like Vietnam. Okay, and the war 1950 and 53, and still a lot of the elder have really grateful and thankful to the United States and other Western countries to supporting and helping Korea to not took over by the communist regime in North Korea. So still a lot of the generation still thankful for the Westerner. And their high civilization and technology is equal to Christianity. You understand that?
Yeah.
So Christian means Korean is civilized, highly civilized in the teachings and the Western beliefs. So I think that it's many Koreans, maybe that's why it's follow the Western way and upgrade themselves. You know what I'm saying? Upgrade themselves. Nonsense. But however, people do that. Oh, that's just a very. And another one is a lot of mistakes by the Buddhist sangha or community. We are too humble. The Buddhists, we always behind it. But Christian, they built a school, hospital. At the meantime, the Buddha didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Same as the many Asian countries. So that's another problem. We not really participate in the social movement, but instead Christian heavily involved the social movement. That makes a big difference.
Oh, okay. So do you want some it has been more than a lot of 50 years since South Korea, and what is special about South Korea Buddhism, if you can think of, compared to other, or is it the same as Japan or China or what?
Well, I've been monk for 42 years, a long time.
Yes.
And what I observed in the Korean Buddhism, where I live here and teach at university, but I just know a little bit about what happened to Korea right now. The Buddhist Sangha is much more organized compared 40-50 years ago, and the more people actually come to the temple. But however, still they stuck in the old tradition. That's the big trouble. Like maybe Vietnam is the same way. They still behind, still stuck in the old tradition. So I strongly encourage my fellow Sangha in South Korea to change their attitude. So that's another big trouble.
All right.
Attitude change, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your answering. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. Okay.